Good afternoon. We have a few people popping up already. Nice to see you. And I can see out into someone's garden there. That's a beautiful view. It's really nice when we've got nice views as well, isn't it? Excellent. And today you've got a different view. You've got a view into we're as you should. We're having a house viewing at the moment. So I'm in my shed where I do a bit of meditation and yoga and things from. So it's quite a nice space to be in as well. So hello and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. So if you know that there's a noisy background, then obviously, pop yourself on mute. If you want to keep your camera off, that's perfectly fine. If you want to leave it on and smile and wave, that's perfectly fine. If you've got a cup of tea and you fancy a little bit of hydrating every now and again, this is your time. This is your space. Oops. So, welcome. Today, we're going to do very similar to the types of things that we do. Sometimes it's good to sort of embed that practice. Obviously, we don't want to get bored of doing the same thing over and over, but just having that time, this is your time to properly switch off, relax, and hopefully drop a notch or two. So I'm just going to, in a moment, I'll share my screen when I'm able to as well. But we're just going to look at how the benefits come into all areas. So if we've got a fatigue related condition, we probably potentially ache, we probably don't sleep as well, we probably don't digest food as well. So collectively we can address those just by a little bit of nurturing. And anyone who attended Linda's session, I know that they did a little bit of nurturing there as well. On Wednesday night, that was, isn't it? On Thursday. So we're going to look at just a little bit of breathing, movement, relaxation. So I love this picture. This picture makes me feel happy. So if even the picture makes you feel happy, imagine what actually some of that movement does. And movement doesn't have to be jumping around in a gym. It doesn't have to be going out for a run. It is movement. So you might not think that doing the housework or the gardening releases endorphins, but it does. And endorphins are our feel-good factor. So it changes part of the brain. It helps that regulation of anxiety. Imagine what it's like sometimes when you just do a gentle walk, maybe around your garden, around a local park, or up and down the road outside, and you just see that interaction, that social interaction, that hello. It's a proper mood lifting. It helps to increase our metabolism, just to stop us being that sluggish. And we know that brain fog is something that can sort of, I can't think of anything. Sometimes if we've moved, it can just help with that increase of speed of everything, be it digestion, be it thoughts, etc. And anything that's particularly weight bearing, so our walking, our pushing, as we push a lawnmower, a vacuum cleaner, drawers, whatever, and our pulling is going to strengthen our bones and our muscles. And we tend to sort of sit, and if we're cold and tired, we tend to sort of close up. So the more that we can open and engage muscles, the better. And then I think we all know that if we're feeling, I can't be bothered, I just don't want to go for a little walk or whatever it is. And when you come back from it, you actually feel more energized. Or, if you do yoga class online or something and you not really looking forward to this, and then you do, and it does lift a little bit. It's about being sensible though, not doing absolutely loads and then having nothing left for later on that day or the following day. Or often it's the 2 days later thing, isn't it, as well, where it can impact. So helping that sort of synaptic, that energy, that boost, and can help with relaxation and sleep, as long as we're not doing lots that energizes us later on in the day. So that idea of doing something when you can, working with your pacing and your energy, but something when you can earlier on in the day, can really help your body really sink into bed for that sleep, and can help reduce pain, because we produce natural analgesics when we move. So natural painkillers are created by our body when we move, which is brilliant. And we're going to do a little bit of massage, a bit of sort of self-love, and we're very good. I've said this time and time again. We are naturally such self-soothers. Get a tummy ache. First thing you do is rub your tummy, and you're supporting that digestive system with warmth, with gentle massage. If we've got a headache, you know, often our thumbs will go to that sort of tension area, wherever it is, or soothing our temples. And we've done that previously with this facial massage routine. We go to areas that our body needs our focus. And again, very similar to what we saw on that previous slide about movement. If you think about massage, it is movement. It might be someone else doing the movement to you, but helping lymphatic circulation, helping with warmth, helping with softening and reducing stiffness and tightness and tension. And we can do this for ourselves a little bit. Again, protecting our hands and looking after ourselves. So that idea of boosting our immune system and improving our skin tone, and just sometimes a little facial massage and you can look $1 million. We know that inside we might not feel it all the time, but sometimes if we look it and see ourselves look back, we can just sort of feel a little bit more lifted. And then deep breathing. So again, that idea of deep breathing being in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. And the longer it comes in through the nose, the more likely you are to trigger that response of nitric oxide releasing, which relaxes the blood vessels, which lowers our heart rate and lowers our blood pressure, just from as simple as breathing deeply. So that's quite key to be able to breathe deeply. And it, again, movement, gentle movement, massage and deep breathing can all help tell our body it's safe to relax and go into this relaxation phase. So some great benefits from just deep breathing. And all of this goes towards reducing inflammation, and we want the acute inflammation does happen, and that's okay from the, you know, the bruise and the bump and the cut, that acute inflammation that needs to heal and repair. But if we are always in that inflammatory response, then they can lead to conditions that we want to try very much to reverse, and we can reverse them. That's a fabulous thing. We can reduce and reverse and pull back on that inflammation. It doesn't have to be as high, and nutrition plays a massive role in this, but so does what we're about to do as well. So where you're sitting, get yourself properly nestled in, get yourself as comfortable as you can. We're going to do that first bit was that little bit of sort of movement. I don't know what song's going through your head, but just you can click your fingers along to it, you can wiggle, you can shake. And I'd like you, if you can, to really open up your shoulders, be it by waving your hands above your head or whatever, but really open up this lymphatic area here. So the area under your armpits is something that we tend to close a lot. So if you want to shake your hands up there, if you are, you know, happy to sort of rotate that shoulder girdle, if you've got stiff shoulder joints, then do little and low, whatever works for you. We're going to go backwards with our shoulders. We're going to wriggle at our wrists. We're going to open everything out so you can turn hands over and back. And we're going to do a little, if you can, imagine that your sit bones are a pepper mill, and sort of really rotate just at the waist. So you're just really sort of grinding that pelvic bone around. So circle it one way. So you're really loosening off that lower spine, and circle it the other, these little Sufi grinds. So we're just rotating there. And then if you can, come up to the rib cage as if you're hula hooping. So we can go back to the child within and hula hoop and just rotate that sort of central section there, the rib cage section. And now we're just going to sort of, as if you're doing backstroke, as if you're swimming backstroke, just loosen off there. And my shoulder joints are clicking and crunching, and maybe yours are too. If it's painful, then reduce it. If it's not painful and it's clicking and it's stuff that's always happened and you've not got a new injury, then feel safe and happy doing it. I'm sitting on my Zafu, my little yoga cushion there, which is really nice because it molds to my bottom and it tilts my spine forwards. But what it means is my feet aren't flat on the floor. But if yours are, have a go at marching on the spot and really feel that sort of ankle flexibility. Feel the knees moving. And again, you can do, feet can go wide and come back together and wide and back together, and just move for a minute so that that blood is pumping around our body a little bit faster than it was. But we're seated so we're not burning ourselves out totally, because we want to enjoy the rest of the day. We've mobilized our joints. It's really for headaches and sort of that tension. We're going to just loosen off in the shoulder joint. So bring your shoulders forwards, up, over, round and down within your soft limits. Don't push yourself to pain, but try and get as full a rotation at that shoulder girdle as you can. And this time combine it with breathing. So breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose. And as you go down, feel the shoulder blades glide down the spine as you breathe out. So when you breathe out, your shoulders are at the lowest point. Breathe in, bring the shoulders forwards, up, over, and as they come down, breathe out, ideally through the mouth. Keep breathing out, out, out. That's how we detox, through our out breath as well. And on that out breath, you may feel the need to almost draw your navel to your spine to just squeeze out that last bit of air, releasing and letting go. Try it one more time. So shoulders are just going to come up, in, and as they go down, you could almost give out a sigh. And hopefully, if you remembered where your shoulders were at the start, hopefully they're a little bit lower than they were, and maybe they're a little bit more sort of pulled back. So here you've opened up this space a little bit, sitting nice and tall as if there's a piece of string pulling the top of your head. You're just going to imagine that your chin is on a shelf and you're just going to slide that chin on the shelf to look over one shoulder, breathing in through your nose, and breathe out, out, out as you return. It's again your soft limits, but we want to maximize this movement. Breathe in through the nose as you take it to the other side, keeping the shoulders down and open, and breathe out, out, out as we relax and release. Keep that out breath out. This time we're just going to try and take our ear to our shoulder to really feel that stretch through this lovely sternocleidomastoid muscle here, all the way down. It attaches down to our sternum, as the name suggests. So don't pick that shoulder up, just let the head tilt, breathing in. Let that shoulder stay low. And breathe out, gently bring it up, contracting that muscle to help bring it back to neutral so that it balances out. Take it to the other side, breathe in. Can you feel a stretch down one side more than the other? And breathe out as you bring it back to neutral. This time we're going to open up this thyroid and really point our chin to the ceiling, breathing in. And breathe out, out, out as we return to neutral. And then this time we're going to put our chin on our chest and just give that thyroid gland a little massage. Chin down on chest, really feeling the stretch. Those trapezius muscles all the way down our back, across our shoulders and up into the base of the skull. You might feel that there's a bit of tightness and tension there if you've taken it beyond the usual. So our head is like the weight of a bowling ball, and if it's not sort of sitting centrally on our spine, if it's tilted forwards, we're putting a lot of strain on that neck muscle. So the more neutral we can hold it, sort of retracting that chin a little bit, the better. We're not having to work our muscles hard, and that's what we don't want. So we're going to focus a little bit on our breathing. If you interlock your fingers so that you just sort of get the fingernails are just sort of more or less covered, and rest it on your tummy, just about where your tummy button is. On the in-breath, ideally, you breathe in so beautifully and deeply that it fills your lungs and your diaphragm pushes down onto your lower abdomen, and the fingers stretch out. And on the out breath, as you release, the fingers slide back together again. So that's what we're aiming for. So again, relax those shoulders if they've started to creep up. Hands on our stomach, just around our navel, fingers interlaced. Breathing in slowly and deeply through your nose. Feel that beautiful fresh air coming in, filling your lungs, your rib cage rises, your abdomen stretches out a little bit. And as you exhale through the mouth, if you can, those fingers may slide together and you feel that tummy button want to draw back to your spine as you just let that air out. So repeating that beautiful cycle of breathing in. And if you want to add a count to that, maybe a count of 4 on the in-breath. You might want to hold it at the top of that breath for the count of 5. And then the out-breath through the mouth as you release air for 6. So that's your 4, 5, 6. So keep doing it in your own time. If you want to relax the hands and leave them on your lap or down by the side, that's fine. If you want to keep them on your abdomen, just so that you can feel that beautiful wave-like movement. The in-breath stretching and filling. If you're struggling to breathe in through your nose, breathe in through your mouth. If you can breathe in through your nose, keep that going. Out breath is fully releasing, relaxing, softening, and letting go. So wherever you're at now, do 2 more cycles. If you want to soften your gaze, fix it on a distant spot, half close your eyes, focus on the tip of your nose, whichever, just go for it. That's our 4, 5, and 6 breathing. And sounds may come and go, just notice them, let them go. Let's go for 1 more of those breaths. Okay, so now hopefully we've felt a little bit of a softening of our body, maybe a little bit of a drop. We're going to have a little bit of a massage. We're going to do our facial one that we've done that can help with working through our sinus points, various meridians and energy lines on our faces. And as I said, we're self-soothers, so we're going to some of those points anyway. And then we'll work a little bit on head, hands and arms. So our beautiful faces, love that face. Give it a bit of a rub already. Just get used to being around your forehead, around your cheek, around your jaw. Slightly different this time. Take your eyes over to the left without moving your head. We're going to move those eyeballs as well. Take them over to the left, really as far as you can go. Over to the right, as far as you can go. looking up, looking down. Try that again, taking your eyes over to the left, over to the right. If you prefer to do it through closed eyelids, that's fine. Right up as far as they can go and right down, so that we're not just fixed on a screen. We've used the muscles there. So taking finger pads, nice soft finger pads, we're going to either circle or just slide, whichever works for you, from that point at the end of our eyebrows where we go if we've got a tension type headache. So work your way up, either circling or sliding to your hairline. Work down back to that point where you would go for a tension type headache. Then across the top, you feel the bony ridge where your eyebrows are. Be as gentle or as firm as you prefer. Now there's a little massage, a little circle in that area where we know we go if we've got a bit of a headache. This time coming down, this time I prefer to press and release on this bit of soft skin, just around my eye sockets. And again, press and release. It almost helps with nasal drainage. You can almost hear it. And then across the base of your cheekbone where your teeth are. And again, we know that this area, for those who grind their teeth in the night, can be something that a bit of a tension in that temporomandibular junction is so nice, that joint there. And then again, either press and release or circle across the jawline, just on the top, drop your fingers down and come back. So you've got little lymph nodes, as we know, just under here. When we've got sore throat, we know all about that. If you need to relax your fingers and rest your arms for a moment, then do so. And we'll work through that, doing the same thing there again, just really feeling the skin and the muscle that's underneath moving. It's very good for them not to stick and have adhesions in. It's very good for them to move and glide and slide. So we started off at that end of eyebrow area, sliding or gliding or circling up to hairline, bringing it down to eyebrows, over eyebrows, to that point in our temples there. I have to be very gentle there because it feels quite tender for me at times. And I prefer, but you can circle whichever you like. It's your massage for you, so make it work and be as pleasant as you need it to. Along the eye sockets, down the side of the nostrils, across the base of the cheekbones. You can really go for it if you want to really circle it with pressure or gentle. It's your massage, so choose which you prefer into that. If we talk too much like I do, or if you grind your teeth in the night, oh, that can feel really nice. Across the jawbone. Right to that. Some of us have got little dimples, some of us haven't. There, drop them down and help slide and glide back to those little nodules there, our lymph nodes there. One more time, if you need to relax, relax. Interestingly, if you watch a massage, you also release some oxytocin, which is nice and preventative to the heart. If you receive it, you get the most. If you deliver a massage, you get quite a bit. And if you watch it, you get some. So if you need to stop now, because it's a bit achy in fingers, that's fine. You might want to change and use a different finger. Up to you. You might want to use thumbs. Just try and keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Focus on your breathing. Into the temple, under the eye socket, down the side of the nose, under the cheekbones. It can really help with sinuses. So you might feel a little bit coldy after doing that. And then back. There. Okay, so we're going to relax those hands, maybe give them a little wiggle, a little relax. As they are resting on your hand, on your legs, on your knees, or whatever, just take one hand, glide it down your shoulder, gently rub it up and down. So you're using the full open hand and you're just going down your arm, back up. The downstroke is light. The upstroke is a little bit more pressure that suits you. So down is very light, gentle stroke. Up is supporting that blood flow back to the heart. Do the same on the other side. So the down has more, has less pressure. The up has more. Okay. Taking your hand, I just want you to sort of gently squeeze the muscles along the top of your shoulder, those trapezius muscles. Just don't pinch so that it hurts, but just try and almost feel them lift. If you can feel your muscles lifting, then we can allow a little bit of a gap that allows the blood flow and allows those nerves to not feel as tight and as congested. And again, relax the arm, take it to the other side. Just again, a bit of a squeeze and a lift. Just maybe to the base of your neck with that shoulder muscle, giving it some love with your finger pads and the heel of your hand. So you may feel almost like the muscles lifting. That's a lovely one. If you've got somebody who can lift your shoulders and roll them down, I can see a few people going, yeah, I know what you mean. You know that one where someone picks your shoulders up and rolls them down. It's 1 by the base of your neck, it's 2 by the middle, and it's 3 by sort of that fleshier bit that's the top of the shoulders, this sort of rounded bulk there. And then the reverse. So if you've got someone that can do that, gently protecting their thumbs, lifting the muscle off the back. So we've just done more or less a version of that for ourselves. So this time we're using like a duckbill kind of grip, and we're just going to go, and I'll turn around and hope that you can see. We're just going to go up and down our neck up to the base of our skull. So we're just, again, just making that muscle move across to the base of the skull, back down to our shoulders. So we just sort of, it's called a duckbill, and we're just squeezing it and gently moving it. So again, it's moving either side of that spine, the strip of muscle there that holds our brilliant heads up. We just want to loosen it off a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go into a little bit of a head massage routine. And you're the ones that will get to see me looking like a wailed woman. Right, so to start off with, we're just going to sweep. You know, sometimes just sweeping off the tension of the day, just really sweep it off. Sweep and get your hands covering the full extent of your head. Just sweep. So we're doing 3 of those. Okay, so then we've done our presses already. So just do another 3 on each side of those presses on that shoulder muscle. Really feel that trapezius. And then swap to the other side. So we've got 3 again. And we did the easing, which was where we used that duckbill kind of grip that just helps our neck muscles just move from the base where they join the shoulders, just up to the bony ridge. So that's our easing, up and down the neck. And if you need to stop and reset and relax in between, then again, take it. This is your session. Do whatever suits you best. It's about relaxing. So it's about enjoying it as well. Now SP, E, that was our easing. Our C is going to be circling. So our 2 little finger pads are just going to rub from the back of your ear along the base of your skull. And you'll feel, potentially you'll feel a little ridge in the middle where the spine joins. That's your occipital ridge. So just go across and back, little scrubby finger circles. 3. And then change sides. So over to the other side, back of ear, along the base of the skull. to that occipital ridge. Some people's are straight, some people sort of dip up, and you'll get to feel what the back of your skull is like. The trapezius muscle, the back muscle, actually goes all the way up to there. So when we think of those big back muscles, actually it's base of skull as well. So that's our C for circles. We're going to just do something similar to what we've done, but we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to put them on our forehead, and we're going to draw back. It's almost as if you're opening that third eye. Open up that forehead. Really enjoy it. And if you want to put a little massage in at the end again, do so. Put one hand on, interlace the other, and just smooth and slide and open that forehead center. Opening up to breath, to ideas, to life, whatever you want it to be. And one more time, opening up. And if you want to put that little massage in at the end, a cheeky little rub in the temples, go for it. Again, if you need to relax those arms and drop those shoulders and take a minute, do so. Okay, so the next one is our alternate. So taking almost like a comb, almost alternate through your scalp, really feel it, and it can be right down through the neck onto your shoulders as well. So that's our A for alternating all the way through, and that's one that we can add later as well. And then again, using finger pads, just as if you're lathering. So you can really feel that, what I said before, is the scalp moving on the skin on the bone is really good. If we can move muscle, skin and bone and really sort of lift it, it allows the blood flow to come underneath, maybe where there is tension and track. So really work it all the way through. I like to hook my thumbs along that bony ridge, that occipital ridge we'd mentioned before, up behind the back of my ears, into my hairline. And I said, this is where you can give it a good lather, a good massage. And again, if you've got somebody in your household you can do this with and teach them, and then they can do it back. But again, make sure it's your pressure. It's not too hard and it's not too light. You can give feedback then. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to sweep, because we might have hair sticking up all over the place. Sweep it off. Sweep it off. So 3 of everything. So that's like a mini Indian head massage. We've done a bit of the face and we've done a bit of the head. One of the things where we have millions of acupressure points is our earlobes. Let's give our ears some love. So we're just massaging the earlobe, and then work your way up the ear. And what may happen after this is you may feel quite sleepy and tired. Or you may, depending on what pressure you've used, you may feel quite alert and switched on. So it's just learning about you and what works. And then, as I said, you can feed this back to somebody else. And you can do a bit of reciprocal massage. Okay, and just again, relax. And have a feel now. If you need to close your eyes, close your eyes. Which bits are feeling warmer, tingly, relaxed? And just sort of really tune in, a little bit of mindfulness on those parts of the body that we've just worked on, particularly the face. Are the muscles around your eyes softened and relaxed? What about your jaw? Is your jaw a little bit looser? Are you a bit more aware of sensation in your scalp because it's a little bit more tingly maybe? A bit more blood flow coming to that area. So that's just a little simple check-in there with what that felt like. Okay, so we'll finish off with a meditation again. And I'm a great believer of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think you always get something different out of this. So people go, oh, she's doing that one again. But it's one that I get different feedback from, and it's one that's different every single time for different people. So we've moved, we've breathed nice and deeply, we've massaged, we've checked in with ourselves. So we're just going to finish off, hopefully, with the body calm meditation. And it might feel different today than it has done another time if you've done it previously. And that's not a bad thing. It might feel exactly the same, and that's not a bad thing either. So if you need to readjust now, because we're going to sit as calmly and relaxed as we can. If you've got a bit of support for your back, take it. If you need to just readjust legs, arms, feet, whatever. So I want you to focus on a point anywhere in your room in front of you, something that's fairly neutral as a level. I want you to just sort of drift into looking at that. And now, without moving your focus from there, this is the idea of being gently alert, which will come time and time again. Can you see, without moving your eyes from that focal point, can you see what's below you? You don't move your head, you're just aware. Some of it is known stuff. Some of it you may be able to see in the periphery of your vision. What's to your left? Keeping that focal point. What's to your right? And above. So we have that really wide awareness, but we didn't move our focus from there. And that's a bit like what we're going to do with this body calm meditation. So if you wish to close your eyes, that's fine. If you wish to soften your gaze, that's fine. Whatever suits you. So bring the focus of attention to the soles of your feet. Say to yourself, I am secure. And check in with those words. What do you notice when you say those words to yourself? I am secure. And now just let go of that and bring yourself to focusing on your breathing, being gently alert with your attention wide open to your full inhale and your complete exhale. Moving to the base of your spine, say to yourself, I am secure. I am secure. And again, let that dissolve as you come back to being gently alert with your awareness wide open. It may be sounds or breathing, just being alert. Now bring your focus of attention to your navel, your tummy button, saying to yourself, I am strong. I am strong. And these words, dropping them into your body like you would a pebble in a calm pond. Notice the ripples. Where do you hear and feel that word? And again, release it and come back to being gently alert with your awareness wide open. Maybe focusing again just on your gentle breath. This time, the focus of attention is on the solar plexus, the area just below the rib cage. Saying to yourself here, I am calm. Drop that pebble in and see what you notice. I am calm. Just observe. And then release and let go of those points, being gently alert with your awareness wide open. Maybe hearing sounds and letting them come and letting them go. Or even noticing emotions that may arise and just let them go. This time, bring your focus of attention to your heart center and say to yourself here, I am open. I am open. Just sit back and observe. And then release and let go before becoming gently alert with your awareness wide open. It could be sensations, your clothes on your skin, position of your feet. But bring awareness, full awareness to whichever it is. And now bring the focus of attention to your throat and say to yourself here, I am kind. I am kind. Really hear those words being said to yourself. Notice anything that arises and then release and let it go. And come back to being gently alert with your awareness wide open. This time, the focal point is your forehead center. And say to yourself here, I am free. I am free. And whatever that means to you, just hear it. Before once again letting the words and the focal point dissolve. Bringing yourself to being gently alert with your awareness wide open. As if you're sitting back a little distance away, observing. The focal point this time is the top of your head. And the words this time are, I am worthy. I am worthy. Just notice And once again, being gently alert with your awareness wide open. And the focus point this time is above, below, in front, behind. It's all around you. Picturing that, say to yourself, I am enough. I am enough. And then releasing that thought and words. Come back to being gently alert with your awareness wide open. And this can sometimes finish with focusing on the whole body and saying to yourself, I am healed. Whatever healing means to you, I am healed. Bring focus of attention now to your breath as you breathe in through your nose. Breathing out through your mouth. Maybe rolling your shoulders, moving your head and neck. I want you to rub your hands together. Let's create some heat in the palms. Really feel that heat come to the palms of your hands as you gently cup your eyes. Just palm over your eyes. Gently open your eyes inside your palms. Gently and slowly bring your palms away from your face. Sit in a moment of stillness. Hopefully you almost feel that there's either an invisible or a visible smile on that face. So this is your session, and now you can do whatever you choose with it. You can continue to relax and practice the breathing. You can use it to have felt a little bit more energized to do the next part of your day, and you can add it again to your evening before sleep. Try and remember some of those things, but if you can, remember the breathing, remember a bit of self-love and self-soothing, and a little bit of movement, even if it's putting on your favorite tune. Do what suits your body, do what suits you. But I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me with that. And then for those who are live with me here, I'm going to tell you that the recording will finish, and then we can switch our mics on and our videos on, and just have a quick hello and check in and see how we're doing.